Good morning, Chantilly. I'm Modzelewski.
And I'm Nicole Zhang. Today is Thursday, October 10th, 2024.
And here are your morning announcements. Women in Law Club will have a meeting after school today in room 237. Attend to learn about an upcoming career forum with the Virginia Women's Attorneys Association and do a case study of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's first case. Snacks will be provided.
Football has an away game against Herndon at 7 o'clock. On Monday, we have a school holiday. It's Indigenous Peoples Day.
Tuesday is when the after-school events really get started. Girls volleyball has a home match against Madison. Freshmen at 5, JV at 6, varsity at 7:15. Field hockey also plays on Tuesday. They have a home game against Madison. JV at 6:15, varsity at 7:30.
Boys volleyball has an away match against Madison at 7:15 on Tuesday. And that brings us to Wednesday, where varsity cheer has districts at South Lakes High School. Cross country has a 4:30 district meet at Lake Fairfax Park.
We'll start Thursday off with an away girls volleyball match against Oakton. Freshmen at 5, JV at 6, varsity at 7:15. Then, field hockey has a home game against Madison, JV at 6:15 and varsity at 7:30. Lastly, boys volleyball has a home match against Oakton at 7:15.
The Work Awareness and Transition class is ready to take your laminating orders. Forms are located in all sub-schools, the main office, main copy room next to the library, and the special education office. Attach the order form to your work and drop it off in the folder in the main copy room next to the library. They will check the folder daily and deliver finished work to your classroom. Contact Michelle Betchel with any questions at mmbetchel@fcps.edu.
It's Academic has weekly club meetings every Monday from 3:10 to 4:10 in room 291.
Staff is building a more inclusive environment for all athletes. Visit the link in the description of this video on YouTube to join Chantilly's first Special Olympics team. I think it's really starting to feel like fall.
It is, and it's fantastic.
As fall begins, Chantilly's getting into the seasonal festivities.
In the fall, I like to spend time with my friends outside on the playground and enjoy the cool weather.
Something that I like to do in the fall is going to Fields of Fear with my friends.
I like to play football, and I like to play soccer too.
I like to go to Chick-fil-A in the fall.
My favorite thing about fall is the weather because I like how it's not too hot or too cold and it's like in the middle.
My favorite thing about fall is the trees and how nice it looks outside.
My favorite thing about fall is definitely the weather because I love how cool it gets right after the summer, and I love wearing sweaters and sweatpants.
My favorite fall food is apple cinnamon donuts.
My favorite fall food would have to be cinnamon rolls because I love how sweet they are and I have a really big sweet tooth.
My favorite fall drink order is an iced chai latte with pumpkin cold foam on the top.
My fall drink order is a pumpkin spice latte because I'm basic and I love pumpkin flavored things.
My fondest fall memories are hanging out with the neighborhood kids outside and just playing basketball or running around.
Me and my friends, we picked up my little brother and we threw him in a pile of leaves.
My fondest fall memory is when my dad would rake up the leaves in the front yard and me and my little sister would jump in it all day for hours at a time and get leaves and sticks in our coats and pants.
My favorite thing about fall is the weather. This has been John Kominski and Anubhav Sur for the Nightly News. Now back to you.
That looks like so much fun, guys.
Something else that's fun is snuggling up with a fuzzy blanket and a good book.
I just finished my last one, though. I need new recommendations.
I've just finished reading a book called The Obsession. Let's check what staff at Chantilly read.
Currently reading is called The Tane or Tane Bo.
Currently rereading, actually, Your Rich BFF by Vivian Tu.
I'm currently reading A Lot So Way.
So far, it's pretty good. It's a book I've always meant to read, and it's for its historical importance. And so far, it seems pretty interesting.
So, in this book, the main character can raise the dead. It's like the present, but there's magic. So it's really fun. It brings in a lot of Native American stories and traditions, and it's a really fun read.
I really wouldn't recommend it. There's a lot of The pronunciation takes a while to start to learn and study in itself.
I would personally recommend Vivian 2 in particular, just because she tailors her writing to Gen Z, Gen Alpha in terms of how she speaks.
I would recommend it. It's a fun story. It's a really easy read, and I'm really enjoying it.
Those sound great. I think I'll check out Alazzo. This has been Sabira Smith-Bey and Shruta Nair. Now back to you.
Ooh, I need to check some of these out.
Another great one to check out is Odyssey. It's not out yet, but the yearbook staff is hard at work.
This is Odyssey. It's our student yearbook, and it covers everything from academics to athletics.
What we cover in the Odyssey is basically student life, sports, academics here at the school, along with clubs. So we'll cover all the sports teams. They'll each have their own area where we'll cover them. Then we'll also cover different academic classes. We'll cover them in fun ways. We'll cover math and having students tell us their different ways of studying, or how they prepare for a math test. What's the best calculator to use. This year we actually have 2 periods, so we actually have 12 teams in total, 6 in each period, usually around 5 if not 4 people. That's usually how many staffers are in one team. And then from there we have team leaders.
As a team leader, I'm just supposed to oversee the activities of the team. We all kind of work together. I just make sure that everybody's staying on task. And as a copy editor, it's basically just going through and checking grammar errors and stuff like that.
And then we have EIC, which is what me and Alexis do. We're the ones who are in charge of what gets put in the book. And then Mr. Nguyen, he's our teacher, he's our advisor. What he basically does is just make sure the class is running smoothly. It's go around making sure we're on track to turn everything in, make sure we meet deadlines.
Most of the time people are afraid of the kids on Yearbook because we kind of just ambush people into getting their picture taking and getting interviews done. Honestly, it's better for us if you just talk normally, laid back. We're not looking for perfection.
To order your copy of Odyssey or purchase a senior ad, visit yearbookordercenter.com and enter code 4166 at checkout. This has been Delaney Brooks for the Nightly News. Now back to you.
Ooh, I need to check these out.
While you sign into Goodreads, I'll throw to Eva for the weather.
Thanks, anchors. I'm Eva, here with all the highs and lows of our upcoming weekend. On Friday, it's going to be sunny with a high of 67 and a low of 41. On Saturday, it's also going to be sunny with a high of 75 and a low of 42. It continues to be sunny on Sunday with a high of 77 and a low of 54. That's all for the weather. Now over to Johnny with sports.
Thanks, Eva. I'm Johnny here with all the latest scores of our sports teams. We start with More Cheer victory. They competed in the Blue Streak Invitational at Harrisonburg High School. Both varsity and JV finished in first place. Boys volleyball played at Westfield and lost 3-1. Girls volleyball competed at home on Monday night. Freshmen won 2-1, JV won 2-1, and varsity won 3-0. Golf completed their season in Day 2 of their Northern Region Championship at Bristow Manor. The team finished in third place, 7 strokes behind Langley and Washington Liberty, who tied for first. Congratulations to Patrick O'Rourke, who finished in third place in the individual competition. He shot 142 with a champion at 140 and runner-up at 141. Connor McCarthy qualified for the state championship, which will be at Lansdowne on October 15th. Football played at South Lakes. Freshmen lost 25-8. JV won 34-7. Varsity football played South Lakes and won 30-28 on a last-second touchdown by Charlie Bosher. Varsity is now 4-2 on the year. And lastly, cross-country split up this weekend to attend 2 meets, one at the Plains and one in North Carolina. In North Carolina, the boys team finished 27th out of 49 teams, and Jack Morgan finished 31st. At the Plains, JV girls finished 8th, JV boys finished 18th, varsity boys finished 37th, and varsity girls finished 28th. That brings us to the end of the Sports Roundup. We'll see you next week with more updates.
Congrats to the cheer team on the performance at their competition.
We are so happy to see the cheer team finally in the Sports Roundup. Well, this has been Nicole Zhang
and Modzelewski for the Nightly News, reminding you to stay positive, stay safe, and have a great day.
And we'll see you next week.